Hi everyone, hope you're well. My name's Kim Schofield. I'll be with you for your first unit on the graduate certificate, MBS591, People and Performance. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all on our first day together on the 3rd of May. We'll be together for that week, as you know, from the 3rd through on the Monday through to the Friday. This unit's very experiential, lots of activities that we'll be doing each day. Not as theoretical perhaps as some of the other units that you'll be doing in the rest of the grad cert, but this unit prepares you for undertaking the grad cert in terms of looking at your management and leadership style. So it's very reflective. I'll expose you to lots of different instruments that will help you to understand how you act as a manager in the workplace and how you come across to teams and individuals, and to help uncover some of those things that's going to help improve your skills as a manager. So as I say, lots of reflection in the unit, and you'll see when you get to the assessments that all the assessments are about applying what you're learning to you and developing yourself as a manager leader in the workplace. So one of the first things you would have got would be an email from Leader Skill. They're the people that manage the administration of the 360-degree tool that you'll be using to help you to understand the impact of your management leadership style in the workplace, and to help you to understand sort of the areas of development that you need to work on moving forward as well. So you would have got that 360. It's based on the competing values framework, and we'll get to know more about that on the first day when we get together. So in terms of preparation for the unit, if you look on your study and workshop schedule, you'll see in the first sort of 4 weeks until we get together, first thing is to look at all the information on Curator, on the portal, and have a good look around. So make sure you watch the introductory podcast around leadership and management models, and then start reading through the assessment guide, particularly just the read assessment 1, because that's the first assessment that's due at the end of our first week. The other 2 assessments I'll go through with you in more detail when we get together, and I'll make sure I answer all questions around sort of what's required in terms of assessments on the first day. So read assessment 1, and make sure that in terms of the administration of your 360, make sure you've already got that out there. So you should have already chosen 6 to 10 people to send the survey to. So because it's a 360, we'd like, if you've got people that work for you, your subordinates, we'd like some of those people. We'd like your direct line manager, your supervisors, and also peers, the people who work with you at the same level. So try and get a good mixture of peers, subordinates and supervisors. If you haven't got any subordinates, then think about people that you provide a service to, and think about those people as people then that you could get a rating from, but preferably if you've got subordinates, make sure you've got some of those people. So we're looking for 6 to 10 people to give feedback. So you would have got instructions in the email about how to administer that. It's all done online. So make sure you do yours first, and then send it out to your raters. Leader Skill will be checking the progress of all those, and we'll be, if we're finding that there's a lack of uptake in terms of getting the surveys completed, we'll be chasing you up through that, because it's essential they get all the surveys completed by the deadline that you've been given, so that then on the first day you can print off your 360 report and bring that with you, because we'll be starting to use that through the week. So that's the most important thing at the moment, is making sure you get that survey administered. In terms of picking people, try not to just pick people that are going to give you good feedback. Those people who are really friends. We don't want everyone to be just giving you feedback that that is kind. We want, when I say kind, what I mean, we want feedback that's constructive feedback. So constructive in that the feedback you can actually do something with. If you pick people that are just going to give you good news all the time, then you're not really going to identify the key things you need to be working on to improve your leadership skills. So think about some of those people that you may have a difficult relationship with and you can't understand why that relationship is fraught. This 360 can be used to actually get some information around that relationship as well in a really confidential way. So when you're talking to those people that are rating you, this is all confidential. Their names won't be identified. Obviously, if you've only got one superior, you'll know who that is. But if you've got 2 or 3 peers, for example, then we won't see individual named responses. We'll see a consolidated report on all the feedback. So try and think about some of those challenging people you like to understand a bit better, and pick some of those people as well. So I'm not saying don't steer clear from some people, but try not to pick people that are just going to give you good feedback. We want really some constructive feedback that you can do some work with. So, I spent a lot of time talking about the 360, but that's the most important tool that's going to help you to understand yourself and also then help you to complete the assessments, because you'll be using your 360 as part of that process. The other piece as well is there's 3 readings in there we'd like you to go through before we get together. So one's around completing the survey administration and data collection. The other's the competing values approach. So this is highlighted in excerpts from the Quinn book, which is the book we'll be using for the unit. And also there's a section in there around integration and road to mastery. So all the readings are identified on the study and workshop schedule for you. They're the essential ones. We'll also be giving you some things to work through each day, because we'll be using some tools in addition to the 360 to help us understand ourselves in terms of our management and leadership skills. So that's sort of the work you need to do prior to the workshop. There'll be a little bit of reading to be done each night, so make sure you've got some time after the workshop to look through the readings for the following day. If you want to catch up, then obviously you can read ahead. All the readings are available there, but I'll definitely need to make sure that you do the readings at least the night before. The other big part to this unit as well is we'll be learning how to develop coaching skills as a manager, because more and more coaching is seen as an essential part of the management toolkit. So we'll be focusing on using coaching skills to improve performance in the workplace. So on the second day, we'll start to look at coaching, and I'll be putting you into groups of 3. There's one group of 4 because we've got an odd number. I've selected those groups, and the groups will be a mixture of the organisations that we've got working. So I've not picked a group with everyone from the same organisation. I've mixed them up a bit because it's good to have other people from other organisations as part of this process. So you'll be put in a coaching group of 3 people where you'll be coaching each other on the information that you're getting from the 360 and the other tools that we'll be using each day as well. So all that will be leading up to the final day, which is a Friday, you'll be working on your own in your groups, and you'll be actually doing your coaching sessions on the Fridays. So you need to make sure that you're in attendance for all the 5 days, and the Friday is the most important day in terms of application of everything that we're learning, because you'll be doing 2 coaching sessions, 3 hours each. And I'll explain more about that on the first day, but just make sure that you're around for all the 5 days, and in particular on the Friday, because you'll be doing the coaching sessions there. And the reason for that as well is those coaching sessions, if you don't do them, you won't be able to do the second assessment or the third assessment. So as you read through the unit guide, and have a look at the assessment, you'll see why. So the coaching sessions itself are really important on the Friday. But as I say, we'll go through everything on the first day that we get together. But they're just some things to be aware of before you turn up on the first day. One of the other points I'd like to make as well is that some of the material that we'll be working through involves a lot of self-reflection. So if you're not used to or comfortable with self-reflection, you will be by the end of the week. There'll be some concepts that you may have come across before, and there'll be other new ones as well. And we'll be covering a range of issues, and all the content that we'll be looking at helps us to improve our leadership and management skills. So when you look through the topics, we'll be starting off with an overview of leadership and management, and then we'll be starting to look at how do we learn as a manager, how does learning occur in the workplace, and how can we use learning to improve performance. On the second day, as I said, we'll be looking at the coaching, how to do coaching. So we'll look at coaching in the context of improving performance. We'll link that to emotional intelligence that day as well, because that's another key skill that we're seeing is needed as part of the management toolkit. On the third day, we'll start to look at conflict management and communication as well. And we'll be looking at, from a strengths perspective as well, how do we use strengths, because we'll not only look at gaps that we've got, we'll also look at the strengths that we've got currently as leaders and managers, and how can we use them. So that topic's called strength-based leadership. And then, as I say, that'll lead into the final day where we'll do all the coaching practice as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on the Monday. As I say, don't be too phased about all the readings and the assessments. I'll go through all the assessments on the Monday and make sure you're all happy with that. But just to those introductory exercises between weeks 1 to 4, and the main thing, as I say, is get on top of your 360 survey and make sure you get your raters chosen, pick the right raters, and then make sure they complete the survey as well as soon as you can. So if anyone's got any issues at all before we meet on the 3rd, then in the unit guide you've got my email address and my phone number as well. So happy to take any queries before then, but see you in Perth on the 3rd. So until then, good luck. See you. Bye.